What's up, guys? Iceman here. Wake up! To the Diablo Research Institution. I am your host, Professor Isaac. Blessings to my patrons and my channel members. Links in the description below if you want to support the Ice Boy. And like this video if you haven't yet, hit the thumbs up button and hit the bell so you're notified next time I post a video. So check this out, man. What I have in hand right now is an item that I made several videos ago, alright? Now, I didn't find the runes, but I made the damn grief, okay? And it was a very nice roll. In fact, to my understanding, it was just a few steps away from perfect. However, it did in fact have perfect damage, plus 400. And it ranges from 340 to 400. And it has a perfect IAS, which doesn't really come into play at all with this whirlwind build, but nonetheless, it has a perfect IAS of 40. The range with grief, I think, is it 30 to 40 or is it 35 to 40? I think it's 30 to 40, alright? And the one little tick on this thing is the fact that it has negative 21 to enemy poison res, and I believe that can be a little higher. So, of course, it barely factors into anything, but nonetheless, this build is equipped with the grief. And in addition to that, one of the best cheap items that I have discovered thus far in the research institution for a whirlwind barb. Not the best, but one of the best, alright? And that is Azurewrath. Just a godly supplemental item. Of course, it lacks in the damage, but it does have a lot of magic damage. As you can see here, 250 to 500. And 250 to 500 cold damage. But what's great about it is the Sanctuary aura. Because with the level 13 Sanctuary, what that grants you is 510% damage to undead. Alright, so it's freaking massive. And as you can see, I also have a lot of demon damage. That comes from the laying of hands, along with the grief. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. But let's go kill some shit, and then I'll show you the rest of the gear. I'm curious how this guy performs now in the Frigid Highlands. I do have 2 masteries maxed out here. I have Sword Mastery, or Blade Mastery, rather, which is what it is now in D2R. And Axe Mastery. I just wanted to waste some points to add to the challenge a little bit. I didn't want those points to tempt me, so I wasted them on Axe Mastery. Alright, because I'm not wielding an axe, of course, so I don't benefit from those points in any way, as of right now. But let's see how well he fares in the Frigid Highlands, and I'll show you the damage. This is deceiving, of course. This is the grief, and it doesn't factor in all the multipliers and shit. So, 939 max, but it's a lot more than that. In fact, this is the highest damage hand that I'm using right now. Whereas the offhand then, which is Azurewrath, has 1631 to 2329 damage. AR kind of sucks. Let's fix that a little bit. Get some enchant going, so get that AR up a little bit. Battle orders and all that, so there's the damage. Let's see how well this fares. Oh my god! Oh my god! Are you kidding me? Shit! Yeah, turn that down. Alright, so these are... Okay, there's a demon. These guys are just beasts. So let's see how well it fares against Shank, who is a demon. His minions, however, are not. Because, yeah, this is crazy demon damage. But it's even more crazy undead demon damage, because the demon damage... the additional 165 is only applicable, of course, in the main hand. Whereas the 350 from the gloves is applicable to both hands. And while you're whirlwinding, your damage, to my understanding, it alternates. One hit is from one weapon, the other hit is from the next weapon. Killed Chang in just a couple hits. So let's see how well it fares in the Trab, shall we? So there's the nice undead aura, which I will benefit from in the Chaos Sanctuary especially. Oh my god! So I'm kind of thinking so far, my last video where I showcased Breath of the Dying and Death Runeword, I believe those performed better than what we're seeing here. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think is the best performing combo that I have tested thus far. Alright? Curious what you guys have to say about that, but that might be the best combo I've tried so far. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's try out the Chaos Sanctuary. So Grief is godly, obviously, because it has a massive amount of base damage. In this case, it's basically 431 to 435 damage. So a massive minimum damage. And the fact that it can be wielded in just one hand is even more impressive. And all your multipliers add up to that shit, obviously. So it's just, it's very multiplicative, the damage that Grief offers. So that's its best attribute, basically. The Venom is just a little bit of poison damage, so it's kind of a cool thing to have for style points, basically. The IES, of course, is needed in all weapons, basically, so it's nice to have as well. Except when you're a Whirlwind Barbarian, like in this case, you don't need much IES at all. In fact, I think with 2 Phase Blades, you only need about 13 IES on your character in total to hit the max breakpoint, to my understanding. So it's quite useless on it, but that's fine. Ignore target's defense, a very notable trait on this item. So you have basically a 95% chance to hit all trash enemies, basically. And it has diminishing returns against bosses, uniques, elites, and champions. But nonetheless, it's a great mod to have on a weapon. Negative 25% target defense. A very nice mod as well. Helps you hit shit even more. So that can be very helpful. Because with a Whirlwind Barbarian, you do tend to lack an attack rating. So that's very helpful. The damage to demons, based on character level, is a nice, cute little mod. The 5 to 30 fire damage is extremely godly. Negative 21 to enemy poison res. That does apply toward your Venom, so that's helpful. But it's just kind of a style mod. It does help to an extent, especially early on in Hell and on low player level difficulties. But it's basically a style point mod. 20% Deadly Strike, very helpful. Prevent monster heal. 11 life after each kill. 2 mana after each kill. Very nice mods. And of course, the other gear that I have, you guys have seen this in my previous videos if you've been watching them. Laying of Hands. I'm trying to keep the gear pretty consistent. Mantled Heal because I needed some mana leech somewhere. I did switch out the sash with String of Ears. 8 life leech and physical damage reduced by 15%, along with magic damage reduced by 15%. Raven Frost with the Cannot Be Frozen and the Epic AR and Dexterity. Gore Riders for obvious reasons, all the nice offensive mods. Azurewrath as for reasons I've already pointed out. High Lord's Wrath with a nice Deadly Strike. I don't need the IES, so it's unfortunate that it's kind of a wasted mod right now. But it's still worth it because there's just not enough to compete with it, I guess. And if you had something like Atma's, unfortunately Whirlwind does not proc the ant damage, so High Lords it is. G-Face for the massive crushing blow and nice Deadly Strike. And then Fortitude. A couple damage charms and things like that. Let's see where my Deadly Strike is. 50% chance of crushing blow on this character. 10% chance of open wounds. 83% chance of Deadly Strike. And that's when I'm hitting with Grief, unfortunately. I have less when I'm hitting with Azurewrath. So it seems that the High Lords is really much needed in this build anyway. And of course I do get a 31% chance of critical strike, which does the same thing as Deadly Strike, but they calculate separately on hit. So even if added together you have over 100 with Deadly Strike and critical strike, that still doesn't mean that 100% of the time you're going to Deadly Strike or critical strike. You might do neither on an attack. So you do get diminishing returns going over 100 with both of them together. But I still like to do that. Alright. Let's see how well it performs in the Chaos Sanctuary. A little bit of battle orders up. Some undead right here. Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay, this is going to be a tough comparison to the previous build of Death and Breath of the Dying. Breath of the Dying has some nice undead damage, but not nearly as much as what we get with Azurewrath. However, single-handedly, you'll probably still be doing more damage with Breath of the Dying to an undead than you would with Azurewrath. But the benefit with Azurewrath is you get the Sanctuary Aura, which then applies your undead damage to both hands. Oh my god! This is crazy! Holy shit! Yeah, just the undead damage from the Sanctuary Aura applied to your Grief. That's just insane, man. Layers 1 difficulty? Hell yeah. Holy freaking toad. And the nice thing is the Chaos Sanctuary, 2 of the 3 seals are undead. We're gonna knock that shit back. Just scare that shit away. Scare that shit away. Scare that shit away. In fact, what I have been using is this thing. Scares away the trash. See that? Scares away the... Oh, did it scare away the... Did it scare away the big guy? It scared away the blue guy. Are you kidding me? Did it? Or was he just froze? No, it scared away a champion. Holy shit, it does. I didn't realize that can scare away champions. You can't scare away this guy, though? Is it because they have Sanctuary applied to them? That's cray-cray. I know Sanctuary does break an undead's physical immune. Does it also break the ability for a champion, elite, or boss to resist your freaking howl? Let's try it on Lord Decease. I doubt that's the case. Lord Decease? Lord Decease? Does it work on him? Probably not. I don't think so. Nope. But he's, of course, a next tier up. He's a boss. Unique or whatever. He's not just a champion. It doesn't look like it works on him. It is nice how the Sanctuary knocks back all his minions, of course. Alright. Let's see how well this fares against... What's his name? Lister? Lister? Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I did howl away a champion right there. And I didn't really think that was possible. It was odd, but I couldn't howl away the Venom Lord champion. Maybe they're just like a higher level or something than the ghost things? I don't know. Destroys, though. Oh my god. Yeah, this is kind of a tough comparison. I mean, I really do like having that nice Sanctuary Aura. But is it worth it? Because other than that, it is a little shitty in hand, that weapon. I think it destroys Satan still. It's still just a little shitty, you know what I mean? The magic damage is very nice, because few enemies in hell resist magic, as they do cold, lightning, and fire, and poison. So magic damage is a great thing to have. But is it worth it? That's a tough call, man. Let me try this one more time with the Undead Seals. So here I am now, just barreling through the Chaos Sanctuary. Check this out. Just whirlwinding through everything. Not even given a toad. If I kill it or not, basically. Let's jump ahead here. Okay, here we go. Did this scare him away? Did this scare him away? Apparently not. I'm not sure how that happened. Okay, it's a possessed. Does that make a difference? There's a champion. I don't know if it affects him or not. And this is the research institution after all. So perhaps in a future video, I will diagnose that issue more in depth. Or I'll just look it up online. Hell yeah. I mean, I'm quite sure it does not affect champions and elites. Possessed. Ghostly. Things of that sort. Looks pretty cool too. The thing with the phase blades, they don't have much of a range adder at all. They have like +1 range adder or something like that. So compared to something like a Berserker axe, they're lacking, or a Balrog blade even, or a Colossus blade or Colossus sword, Colossal sword, things like that. They're quite lame in terms of their reach. As really the only problem with them. Of course, they do require high dexterity to use. But that's not too much of an issue. This guy must be resistant. He's resistant a bit. Still took him down. Okay, I'll try to say it one more time. It seemed like Whirlwind did a pretty good job against him. Let's see how well Frenzy does. Look at that. Oh my god! Look at Frenzy I'm hit him almost every freaking time. Oh, and I didn't even enchant that time around. That would have been better if I would have enchanted. So be it. Appreciate you guys for coming by and checking out the video. Let me know what you think about this combo compared to previous ones that I have tested on this channel. And how do you think it compares to the Death / Breath of the Dying combo that I tested last video? For style points, I feel like I enjoyed that combo just a bit more. It does have a better reach, and perhaps against everything but undead, maybe it performs better. It probably does. But undead do consist of a lot of the enemies in the game, like 50% or something like that. So it is nothing to overlook, the Sanctuary Aura. But let me know your thoughts on these matters in the comments below. Like this damn video if you haven't yet. Subscribe to the page. Become a patron or channel member if you want. Blessings to you guys who support me in such ways. And I'll talk to you all later. Peace be with you.